Happy Election Day. I'm Kimberly McBroom.
And I'm Sophia Borelli. Thanks for joining us.
The energy is high today with Virginia, one of just 2 states deciding who will become its next governor. Now, people are already making their voices heard at ballot boxes across our hometowns for today's major races for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, on top of the many local races being voted on today. WDJ7's Taylor Locke joins us live from William Fleming High School, where people are now casting their ballots. Good afternoon, Taylor. What kind of crowd are you seeing there?
Yep, good afternoon, ladies. I'm here at William Fleming High School this morning, where voters have been coming in steady right through the store to cast their ballot. I got the opportunity to speak with one woman out here in Roanoke City who is an elementary school teacher, and she told me that one of the issues that drove her to the polls this morning was school funding. But she was saying that there's a lot of issues across everyone's minds here in the city that are driving them to the polls this morning. And she says that if you want to make a difference in your community, you have to come out and vote.
This is our civic responsibility. It's a privilege that we have. This is how our voices can be heard as citizens. And, if we want anything to change, we kind of have to step in and do something about it.
Yep, so last night I talked to you all about the early voting numbers and how we saw about a 93% increase compared to 2021 in early voting. Now, 2021 was the last time Virginia saw a gubernatorial election. And so I was very curious to see how election day voting would be. And so I got the numbers from the 10 o'clock this morning out here in Roanoke City for you. They say 5,000 people in this city have cast their ballot today. That's about 7.5% across all registered voters here in Roanoke City. So Kimberly and Sophia, I know that there's a lot of things that people need to know and bring with them as they're headed out to the polls. And so I know that y'all were wanting to go over that. And so I'll send it back to you in studio to do that.
All right, Taylor Locke, thank you so much. Several hours to go on this election day. We appreciate it.
In our hometowns, both parties will be hosting election night watch parties as the results are coming in. The Roanoke Valley Democratic leaders will be hosting their election night watch party at the Hamler Event Center at 7 this evening. The Roanoke County Republican Party will be holding their election watch party at the Tanglewood Holiday Inn at 7:30.
Of course, no matter which party wins, it will be historic. The first time a woman has been elected governor of Virginia.
And the campaigns were crisscrossing the state only hours before Election Day, with the entire Republican ticket making a stop in one of our hometowns.
A midday gathering in downtown Roanoke included Governor Glenn Youngkin, former Governor Bob McDonnell, the region's 2 congressmen, and Republican members of the General Assembly. Winsome Earl Sears delivered an attack on the Democratic ticket and their party's priorities, urging Republicans to disregard the polls.
We need a clean sweep come tomorrow. A clean sweep. So we are right on taxes. You keep more of them. We are right on creating jobs. We know how to do this. We are right on public safety. We know how to do this.
In addition to their stop in Roanoke, Winsome Earl Sears, John Reed, and Jason Miyares also held rallies in Richmond, Virginia Beach, and Manassas. They'll be holding watch parties tonight in Leesburg, Glen Allen, and Virginia Beach.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, Abigail Spanberger and her campaign stopped at Virginia Commonwealth University. Joining Spanberger on the stop were Virginia Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan and Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin. And while on campus, Spanberger told the crowd that she would help lower the cost of living while growing the state's economy. Spanberger kept coming back to what is happening on the national stage under the Trump administration.
And I'm not going to be able to stop everything, every bad policy coming out of Washington. I want to be truthful about that. But we need a governor who is working tirelessly to mitigate every harm that might be caused by a reckless and chaotic administration.
Spanberger also stopped in Henrico and Chesterfield counties. Her parting message to voters: go cast your ballot if you haven't already. She will be with other major Democratic candidates for Virginia's highest offices, Lieutenant Governor nominee Ghazala Hashmi and Attorney General nominee Jay Jones, tonight at a watch party in Richmond.
And here in Roanoke, voters will be choosing the next sheriff. Antonio Hatch is up for re-election this year. However, his opponent, James Creasy, is looking to become the new face of the department. Hatch says he's dedicated to education and community engagement to those in need, while Creasy is dedicated to reducing crime, increasing recruitment, education, and supporting small businesses.
Before I became the sheriff, I was giving out turkeys to our community. I was giving out back-to-school supplies. I was putting on award shows because I love the city that I lived in. I didn't wait until I had a title to run to put myself out there. I automatically did the work.
I want us to be out knocking on doors, meeting the residents in Roanoke City, and introducing ourselves. You know, when you build that relationship and you have that connection, you're more willing to tell us things.
Now, both candidates say they'll be at the polls today to meet with voters. And another reminder for you today, the polls are open until 7 p.m. You can still vote using a provisional ballot if you have not yet registered. That means your vote will not immediately count until your registration is approved. And don't forget to bring some form of identification. If you still need to find your polling place, you can find your location over on the Department of Elections website.